Yo, welcome along to another episode of the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the Manchester United edition. This is the preview for the season, and we, United fans, have the kickoff game. We decided to have the game in front of the whole entire world. But before we get into that game, I have my brother with me, Tomi. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. What about you?
I'm fantastic. I'm black, I'm tall, and I'm alive.
Tallish. I still think you're lying to people about your height. It's okay. I
I
wouldn't
would never.
expose you. I wouldn't
I
expose you.
I have a father at home, okay, an active father why would you, as a Yoruba man, why would you do that in front of your father? That's disrespectful. To stunt in front of, that's gross.
You're gonna lie in front of your father's Eba.
You know? But anyways, May United go into the season as the FA Cup champions. We do not care about the Community Shield. That's a warm-up game. But let's talk about preseason. Anything that stood out to you in preseason, besides the obvious, but I know you're gonna say it soon, but go ahead.
In preseason, I saw, because I'm not one of those, for lack of a better word, nerds. Like, I'm not looking at charts and all that stuff when I'm watching football. But one thing I did like that you nerds would be saying was like our pressing structure. I feel like when we brought in Rude and the other homie from Go Ahead Eagles, I think, when we brought them in, I read somewhere that they were the ones that helped with the pressing structure and how we would switch from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-2-4, something like that.
Yeah.
So when we're pressing, and I really noticed that, like, I was able to see, like, it was actually paying dividends. We were able to, like, squeeze plays up the pitch more. Because in the last season, a big problem we had was, like, when we pressed, our midfield was open. So just one ball bypassed everything. So I did see, like, we did cut down a bit on that. And it made Casemiro look good in the
Yeah.
in the Community Shield, at least. That's when we'll talk about some of the stuff in prison. But other stuff, I've seen some encouraging stuff from the youngsters. I think me and we talked about, like, how Harry Amos, he's good. He may need another year in the U21s or on loan in the championship, but we do see, like, that's our future left back. And Collier, he's good. He's ready to be a backup and get some minutes right now. So, like, so those are the two main things that stuck out to me. And also Ahmad. Oh, Ahmad. Give him
I
whatever
thought
he wants.
I thought that was going to be the first thing you were going to say
Oh
was
no,
Ahmad.
listen, that one was like, no, honestly, I feel like ever since, like, last season, the Nottingham Forest game where he came in, and instantly I was like, yeah, no, this guy, come on, he has to have the keys to the right wing. Him and
I
Garnacho, that's them.
I think that we have noticed that Ahmad was good from the day we signed him. I think there hasn't been a United fan that hasn't said Ahmad is good, and we've all known that from the beginning. It's taken a while for him to get to where he is. Obviously, he's the same age as Bukayo Saka, but again, if you look at your right and your left hand, they're not equal. So shut up. Everyone grows differently, and it just is what it is. But Ahmad is a special, special talent. I mean, we've known this since he was at Atalanta, killing it against Man City in the UEFA Youth Cup. We've seen it on loan at Sunderland. He did some things at Rangers when he was there that, he wasn't too successful alone. But again, those things make him the player that he is. Everyone's journey is different. Everything's not linear. But we're so grateful that Ahmad is more than likely going to be the starting right winger. But yeah, the guy you're talking about, Rene Hake.
There we go. Yeah.
He was a really good coach at Go Ahead Eagles. So, good for him. So, season starts on Friday. What are your expectations for the team? What are you looking forward to?
For the game or the season?
The season.
The season. Off rip. I don't. We can't finish. This is me even being generous. Anything lower than fifth, I'm not accepting. I'm so serious. Like, I know we're gonna face some stiff competition. Arsenal, they'll always be there. Arsenal and Man City, they'll always be there. A lot of people are writing Chelsea off for, like, again, they should be in relegation, or they should be gone. I hate that team. But I do think they do have the players to hurt people. But again, they still have gaping holes. You still have Spurs, because Spurs made some good signings that I think people are going underrated. Archie Gray, Dominic Solanke.
Say his name properly, Solanke.
Yeah, about to say, let me Solanke. Yes, all those signings. So we do have to worry about that. But I won't accept anything lower than fifth. From not only even from Baldy, I'm looking at the players. I'm a big Rashford fan. I'm the number one defender. that shit he pulled last season, I'm not accepting it this season. So and Casemiro also, like, we need to be less tolerant with the players. Less tolerant, like, no, hopefully no injuries, knock on wood, so we can like see the full potential of the squad. Because I will give Baldy a leash. It was crazy injuries last season, but so this season I'm expecting great improvement, and I don't. After every game where he said, no, when we had the chances, we had the game, we just, no. I want to see us actually finish our chance. I want to see us actually win. I want to see your philosophy that you said, it's there. I want to see them actually implemented.
Yeah.
And also this is a trophy. I wanted a Europa League or FA Cup again. We have to
both.
get one.
Both. But yeah, back to injuries before I move on. I know a lot of people upset at Luke Shaw, and I get that you're one of them. I understand that. I'm here to say this. I want to be as nice as possible as I can be in what I'm about to say. I have to look down to gather my thoughts. Shut the fuck up, okay? This man had a double leg break to the point where his leg almost got amputated. The fact that he can still walk, let alone play professional football, is a miracle in itself. England hasn't won anything since 1966, okay? My father was 3 years old when England won the trophy. This is a 60-year-old Yoruba man now. England haven't done anything since 1966. If Luke Shaw wants to go and play for his national team and has the chance, they've been to back-to-back Euro finals, and he's playing in both. If he has a chance to be part of the team starting, of course he's going to do it. Of course he's going to do it. You have to be realistic. I think a lot of people are very emotional about Luke Shaw, and I understand he's injured all the time, yes. Most of you talking about Luke Shaw, like Kevin Durant said, go and run full sprint for the first time in your life. Please go and do that. Like, the way people talk about professional athletes, and I understand, I'm part of it, I talk crap about professional athletes all the time. We have to be realistic. These guys' job is to run and play a professional sport at the highest level. They're the 1% of the 1%. If Luke Shaw wanted to, he'd be on the pitch right now, but he can't because his body physically cannot allow it. Players get hurt. It's a very physical, demanding game. You're running around for 9 to 10 months. Look at Julian Alvarez. His season was a year. He had a whole year of playing football. As you say in Nigeria, but be firewood, okay? Please understand that these people are trying their goddamn hardest. It might not look like it to you, but trust me, these players are trying their ass off. And you don't know what they're going through personally, man. I don't care how much money they make. These guys go through so much different things. And people saying Luke Shaw doesn't eat well. How do you know? Do you even eat well? You fat?
Yeah, nah,
Come
that eating well one, like, it's cool to get your jokes off here and there, but I feel like after a while it does get a bit too personal. And like,
yeah.
I'm one of those people that, like, his injuries are so frustrating to me. And while I do think it's time to cut ties, he is our best player. He's one of our best players in general. I
Luke Shaw
genuinely
is
believe that, like, when
when
he's fit,
I was gonna say when Luke Shaw is fit, there
he
is not more than 3 left backs in this whole entire world that's better than him.
I'm honestly, Teo Hernandez and Alfonso Davis, even him is sometimes, I know they're the only two I can think of that are outright better than Luke Shaw when he's fit. So I'm right there with you. And like, the injuries is very frustrating. I won't even lie to you. It's very frustrating. Like, when I saw he was injured today, I lost it. And I'm definitely one of those people. But again, I gave Martial so much like credit and chances. I'm gonna extend that olive branch to Luke Shaw too. It is frustrating, but you're right.
My favorite player ever is Brazilian Ronaldo, who almost had his leg amputated once. I know what injuries do to a player. Once he had that injury, he managed to do World Cup 2002, do what he did, but his
It's
career
never
tanked
the
after
same.
that.
Yeah,
He still showed flashes at Milan. There was a point, I'm sure if someone was to look it up, he was really big. He did a step over and still banged it. But you could tell that's not the same player that he was. And the same thing with Luke Shaw. They want to be out there, but their body is just not allowing it.
it's
Their
just not.
body mind is not connecting. So I have to get that off my chest because please leave Luke Shaw alone, man. And leave every injured player, man. It sucks, okay? Like, when you want to do something but your body doesn't allow it,
It's the
we've
worst
all
feeling.
been there, man. Like,
Yeah,
you want to do something but you physically can't. Just have a little grace for these players, please, okay? And again, me this summer, Tomi can tell you, I was calm, and we can talk about the transfers. How calm was I this summer?
very. Like you just said.
Because
Yeah,
things are gonna happen when it happens. Okay, Man United signed. They've had their 4th signings today. Well, going into what time we're recording, they have their 4th signings. So this summer it's been Lenny Euro, Joshua Xerxes, Matthias Dilit, because I'm not calling him Delit because I'm calling him Dilit. A shout out to Playboy Cardi. And they also signed Mazraoui. I think those four are brilliant signings. I know people think,
If
yeah,
we get in a good DM or a good like center mid, I think that's a very great, very very good window. I'm fine with that. And also, I'm so glad you brought up injuries. We need to talk about Dilit's like perception of him. I saw Paul Scholes was like, why we signing him when he can't even stay fit, and then Dyer is starting ahead of him? I looked it up. I personally said, let me do my own research. You know how many games Eric Dyer played for Bayern Munich? He played
like
like
13, 14,
15, like 15. You know how many games Dyer started with him?
14.
14. He didn't get benched by Dyer. He wasn't injured. He was more fit than our center backs. He was more available than every single one of our center backs this season. He increases our center back availability. He increases it. So please, guys, like you said, leave injured players alone, and also don't just listen to the Twitter trolls and Twitter and the quote unquote Twitter pundits. Do your own research. That's how you actually know the sport, and that's how you actually learn. So great signing. I wanted him when he was at Ajax because I think he was the one I wanted the most in the squad. Cause I was like, yeah, cause coming off the time our center backs, has always been a problem. I was like, he's big, fast, and can tackle. He's traditional, he's a man, and that's what we need in United. He's a man. And when he went to Juventus, you can see he's grown better with the ball at his feet. I mean, he also came up to Ajax, so it's not like he was bad with the ball at his feet, but he's gone better. He learned from Chiellini. He's learned from some greats. So I'm happy with this signing personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think value for money is the best thing I've seen in this transfer window so far. You get a player of Nazar Mazraoui's ilk and the lit for £51 million, and mind you, United spread that money across over 3 years with the lit. So it looks good on for the PSR and all that other
Yeah.
stuff that United have to face. You get Joshua Xerxes, the Serie A player, young player of the year. You get him for 34 million pounds. Brilliant signing over there. You get Lenny Euro, who's arguably one of the, if not the best teenage center back in the whole entire world, for that price. These are great signings. And they're big kids. These are guys who are all 6 foot plus, and like
Yeah.
it raises the floor level of the physicality. You have more technical players because as big as the Ligt is, as a very technical player as well, it comes from the Ajax school. And
Yep.
Mazraoui comes from the Ajax school.
Maserati, I watch, me. I watch random football games here and there. I like randomly. Maserati, he's very good. He's a player that you've been hearing around. I've seen. I remember because I think you told me about like Thiago Motta was at Bologna last year. This was even before I remember when Xerxes was at Bayern. I thought they just threw him somewhere. So I heard you told me about Motta at Bologna. I said let me check in. I was like, oh shit, that's him. And I remember it was on this podcast. The way he moves, I did not know he was like 6'4", 6'5". And you told me, I was like, there's no way. And I went back and watched. I'm like, there's no way. So again, like you said, technical ceiling of this team raised. A front line of him. Like, I'm not saying this is the front line I want or this will be the definite front line, but a front line of Rashford, Xerxes, and Ahmad. Come on, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, United are taking their time. They finally have a bunch of guys who are football experts. They're apparently talking to Michael Appleton, who's a former United kid who's going to be in charge of sending players on loans. And it's like all the things that United have needed for the last 20 years are finally coming into play. And I understand fans' frustration, right? They want everything to be fixed with a magic wand. But when you have been served Igbe, and if you don't know what that means, I'm sorry, I'm not going to translate it for you. When you've been served Igbe for 20 years, and then you finally get brownie, you don't know what the difference is. But trust me, things are going to change. And, I'm not really worried about, United going forward, especially the women's team. The women's team have made signings as well. So let's not forget that as well.
I've been
The
seeing, and
the
I'm
only thing that,
excited.
we even got a Yoruba girl from USC. So shout out to her for coming, Toronto, and she plays for Canada. But, for me, it's one of these things where I understand online you're frustrated, right? You don't know what's happening. I say it all the time. You don't know what happens behind the scenes. These guys, their job, their literal 9 to 5 job is to sign players. Your job as a fan is to just let them be, let them do their job. If they fail to get fired, they know what their job is. They know what they have to do. These are guys who have proven records. Like England, to me, have arguably the best youth. What's it called? The best youth outside of France. I
Yeah.
100% believe that. And that's all because of Dan Ashworth and Matt Crocker, who's in charge of US. Again, US fans, be patient because Matt Crocker knows what he's doing. So again, like you have experts in the room who have built these established teams. Omar Barada, our CEO, was at Barcelona, was at Man City. So these are guys of like high ilk who know what they're doing. So, I'm excited to see where the season goes. We've ranted and raved all about the signings. Finally, we talked about it. So we'll see. And the best thing from you at the signings is they actually have solid numbers now. A center back, we're number 4. A fullback, we're number 3. It's all I've ever wanted. Someone get rid of Lindelofs. We don't want no center back, we're number 2 no more. It's
Thank you, bro. Someone said get rid of Lindelof and give that to the Dalot, and I was like, you're right. And please rip that 7 off Mount's back and put 19 on him for the love of God.
And Kobe Manu cannot be wearing the fullback's number, bro.
No, I'm not accepting that. Nah,
That's what Deion Sanders wore when he was at the Ravens. I swear to God, look it up. Deion Sanders was number 37 at the Ravens.
Oh no, we gotta change that. Hey, Casemiro, come off that 18 right now.
Yeah,
I'm sick of this.
But yeah, listen, it's very exciting times to be a United fan because if you're casually optimistic like I am, the sky's the limit. And even if we do bad, guess what? We're still gonna watch.
I was about to say, we go again. Literally, that's the motto. We go again.
Always go again. Let's talk about the kits real quick. How do you feel about all 3 of the kits going into the season?
I was skeptical about the blue one. When you see the leaks, but then I saw them like worn. I'm copping all 3, and to me the best ones are. First of all, I think out of all 3, the alternate, the white one, sensational.
I don't even think any of the 3 kits are the best ones. I think the black goalkeeper one is the best one.
See, mine is. I'm not even gonna say like. I don't think out of all the drops this year, have you seen the jacket and the training shirt? That's the best one to me.
Have you even seen the hat?
No, there's a hat. Oh my! See, now United wants my money, and they're getting it.
Yeah, they got a really nice white hat, and I might have to buy that. So
listen.
Yeah, like I said, you give United, even me wearing a pink Chevrolet kit. Chevy was not a good logo, but that pink kit is hard.
I'm saying,
like you appease fans. You got the black AIG kit.
You feel me? This is a throwback. Nah, bro, you about to see me. If you see me walking around DC with a full Adidas United trackie, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know me.
I know my brother. But yeah, it's exciting times, man. Fulham on Friday. Let's talk about that because we're gonna get into some questions. How do you feel about the game going into Fulham? You confident? How you feeling?
I'm confident, especially seeing how we played against City and the Carabao Cup. Fulham is always like a
Community Shield team.
Yeah.
You said Carabao Cup, Community Shield.
Community Shield. It's all the same. Yeah. Trophy, man.
Please respect the pronouns of the tournaments.
It used to be called the Charity Shield. That's what I remember. I'm old enough to remember the Charity Shield. Okay,
you weren't allowed for that.
I'm old enough for that. But I'm confident. I'm confident going into Fulham. Fulham's always a tricky team. Again, Fulham have good players that can hurt United. It will be Emil Smith-Rowe and what's that striker's name? It's not Vinicius.
It is Vinicius.
It is Vinicius.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Plays for Fulham. Let me double check because I don't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check for you 1 second.
But yeah, so they do have players that can hurt United. But
Rodrigo Muniz, sorry.
Muniz, there we go, Muniz. Yeah. I don't know where I got Vinicius from. But yeah, so I am confident in the team that we have, especially if Dalit and Mazraoui are gonna be available. I am confident. So I do think we will win. I don't like have a score prediction per se because I'm still like filling out exactly how the team plays in this new like quote unquote system. Because then also Onana was like, fans be ready. We're gonna take more risks and all that stuff. And I saw people bitching and moaning about that. I'm like, you guys said he just played long. Now he said I'm guys going. What do you want? So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
My thing about Andre Nana is he wanted to be a police officer in Cameroon. That's not somebody. That's not somebody that you want to mess around with.
That man wanted to join SARS, pretty much.
Fulham did sign Kevin Mbabu. I like that guy. The Swiss defender. I like him.
Okay, yeah.
They took Anthony Robinson. Calvin Bassey switched his number to a real number, which is number 3. So, I'm liking some of the stuff for Fulham, but I think we should be good against them. So
I'll say because they still haven't filled up that João Paulinho holding the
Yeah,
midfield.
that's a big miss.
I
The
have a
Scott
Scott
McTominay.
McTominay for you, my friend. 30 million. Come
Yeah,
on,
there you go.
come
There you
on.
go. Come through.
You feel me?
Nice deal. Nice deal for you, my
That for you,
friend.
my friend.
Nice deal. But no, man, listen, it's exciting times to be a United fan. I think that there's optimism, in the youth section. The women's team, there's some, excitement there. There's some excitement with the senior men's team. So only issue I have is just the way they treat the women with the Karens and stuff. But
I'm so that left a very like it. I'm
and then he
it.
then he tripled down with some of his comments recently. I'm just like, yo, come on, man.
It reminded me of I remember when the women's team first started. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure you remember. But I'm pretty sure me and you spoke about it. How like they didn't even have showers. They had to do like portable showers. They weren't even in the dressing room. So I had a mini flashback to them. Like I don't like that. This is a team that they also won their first ever FA Cup, like their first ever major trophy. You have England internationals. You have Canadian internationals, Japanese internationals, Brazil internationals.
Brazilian,
These are people that like these are people at the peak of their game, and
French too,
huh?
French too.
Exactly, French, yeah, French international. So these are people at the peak of their game who deserve the utmost respect. So I didn't like that how they were treated at first, and also how do you because they were talking about the new stadium thing. I think Old Trafford. I don't want them to tear Old Trafford down. I'm a bit of a romantic when it comes to stuff like that. I think Old Trafford should be given to the women.
I mean, that's the goal. They say want to build a new Trafford where like the men will play. They'll scale down Old Trafford, the youth and the women. I think that's perfect. I
Yeah,
think that you
that's
can't get rid
perfect.
of that. Same thing I was saying about San Siro. There's certain things you just can't get rid of,
You
like
can't like
Old Yankee Stadium. They should never got rid of that. I'll be sad if they ever get rid of Camden Yards,
Hey,
Orioles. Like I'll be
bro,
sad.
I'm not even I'm not even an Oreo fan, but if they get rid of Camden Yards, come on, man. Like
Yeah,
I hold I'm the whole like modernization is cool and all, but there's some stuff that is culture and should stay. Old Trafford falls on that to me.
RFK is one of those that just has to die. That's a terrible stadium, bro.
You know they turned it into the pitches now. It's like a field. I'll be playing there. It's like a people play pickup there all the time now because they
Yeah,
turn into like two or three individual pitches and like a mini park. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool
yeah.
now.
You have anything we want to talk about before we get into questions? Any?
Who do you I know we asked this last toward the end of last this toward the end of last season, but now like as the preseason and season is taking shape, now who's the youngster that you want to see and who do you think we will see the most? Because I feel like there's a clear answer for the second one.
Dan Gore. I want to see more of Dan Gore. But we're gonna see the most probably Toby Collier.
Yeah, that's my answer for the second one. And I want to see Dan Gore a lot more too. I do think he has something for us. And this is a random shout. If we can somehow get Tyler Fletcher some minutes,
It's
or
not gonna.
is it Jack Fletcher? Which one
It
is it?
doesn't matter what Fletcher it is.
I know it's not
Them
gonna
boys.
happen. Listen, I know it's not. I'm not. This is my outfield shout. If he gets in a random FA Cup, random Carabao Cup game, I'll be happy because I think that boy is a talent, man.
If I see Darren Fletcher and one of his sons play in the FA Cup, I'm going to officially stop watching football because I am old. There's no way I should be watching Darren Fletcher play than his son. No.
Listen, I
And
I I saw Tom Cleverley became the manager last season. I said, hold up, I remember him making his debut. What's going on?
Tom Cleverley is probably a year older than me, by the way.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Tom Cleverley is born in 1989, so yeah, he's a year older than me. So yeah, there's that. So stop trying to age me, bro. This shit is disgusting, making me feel sick. Let's get into some questions, man. Dean asks, "What manager do Manchester United fans prefer, Erik ten Hag or Ruud van Nistelrooy?" Well, Tomi, I'll let you answer this one.
I don't like bald people, so yeah, that's my answer.
I would say this. I think most United fans like Ruud van Nistelrooy because of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just, that's who United fans really love. I mean, that's who most United fans remember growing up. If some of you don't remember seeing Ruud playing, I'm so sorry that you never got to witness that.
You did miss greatness.
Yeah, you missed a lot of greatness from Ruud. But to answer Dean's question, it's more than likely Ruud. I think there's a lot of sentimental value. He's showed his worth at PSV, but hey, as the article said, Ruud has aura, and the
Yeah.
players love it. So, Carson asked the question: My boy Carson said some supporters are clamoring for a certain Tunisian midfielder to get some burn this season for United. What do you lot think?
Hello. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm one of those people that was clamoring for the Tunisian guy. He's a good player. He's not like great or anything, but I feel like he's a serviceable player. But he's not getting playing time here. It's over. It's over. It's time for him to move on for his sake. Honestly, not even like he won't get playing time. He's behind Mino, Casemiro, McTominay, Collier now and whoever else we bring in. That's 5 midfielders ahead of you, bro. Mount too. That's 6. It's time. Like uh I think there's a player there. He's 21, 20. No, he's 21. 20 even. 2021. Go to Serie A, go to La Liga, go
League
get some
on.
playing time.
You can even go to League on if you want.
Literally. Yeah, bro. Go to Ligue 1, man. Go battle with them big black Frenchmen.
He's 21. Yeah,
Yeah.
so unfortunate. SOO said, which would you put your money on? Ten Hag learns his lesson and actually rotates the squad, or he plays Bruno until his legs get worn down to the nubs? That's for you to answer.
Guys, even if Ten Hag wants to bench Bruno, do you think Bruno won't sneak onto the pitch and play? Bruno is playing every game he can till he cannot. Like this not even on Ten Hag. Bruno is playing no matter what. This man Bruno broke his hand or his wrist or something. This man missed one game and was right back out there with a cast. He's playing till the wheels fall off, and I appreciate him for that. But hopefully this season we do see like a bit more rotation and like especially the midfield area. But uh that's why I like the transfer we're making because we are getting depth in places we need it. Hoyland and Xerxes, they can switch. We can rotate the wing backs and the center backs too.
Yeah. Let's see. Sash Shadman asks, do you think Erik Ten Hag will continue being aggressively bald like last season? Is he finally getting the pieces together this time and will play like a proper team, as in not conceding 20 plus shots like every game? That's the goal. That's what we hope for, right?
Yeah. Again, I think the midfield structure should be good this year, so we're not conceding 50 shots, so we're straight. But yeah, I'm hopeful we won't be conceding that many shots because in the City game we only conceded like one shot on goal, so
Yeah.
and it was a goal, but
Kev Tom Lev one said lots of chat about players we need to sign in order to compete, but aside from chance, what does Ten Hag need to do differently that's going to improve our fortunes this year? It's midfield, man. The same thing in the NFL. It's all about the trenches, baby. If your midfield isn't shit, you ain't gonna be shit. So figure out your midfield and take it from there. And players have to finish their chances, but it starts in the midfield, bro.
I
Like
promise
you
you.
can't. It's if you skip leg day, guess what? You're gonna look topsy turvy. So you have to do leg day. You have to get your midfield in. So that's the only thing.
All
So
chest, no legs. FC.
uh, Cool MBS MBZ, excuse me, said, "What are your expectations for Man United this season?" You want to answer this one?
Yeah. Like I said, nothing lower than 5th place and a trophy. And honestly, if I'm being honest, a FA Cup and Europa League trophy. I want us to win those two. And also nothing lower than 5th place. So yeah. And also like actually see like I want to see good play. Cause it feels good when you watch your team playing like, okay, we actually know what we're doing. So yeah. What about you?
I'm just here for vibes, man. I'm at this point in my life where if I ask for expectations outside of something I can't control, I'm gonna be let down. So just vibes. I mean, honestly, I'm at this point where I'm just like, yo, me look para me. I'm not gonna come and kill myself,
Exactly.
bro. I'm gonna watch every game like I always do. I'm gonna be disappointed, but after 90 minutes, I'm gonna go about my merry life because guess what? Eric Adams is my mayor, and I got rent due every month.
I was
So
about to say, yeah, you got man. I'm not, bro. I think Maryland got on Eric Adams. Did you see? Homie was with the homie was it? Who was at UMD in full pads playing with them?
oh, the governor.
Yeah, Westmore. I was like,
Shout out to Westmore, legend.
yo. I hit a pothole the other day. My engine lost a few horsepower. No, man, fix them potholes.
Nah, man, that's a PG County thing. They ain't got nothing to do with Westmore. Y'all gotta fix that. Y'all dirty over there. It's gross. But yeah, I'm excited, man. This is it's refreshing. The Man United are, moving quickly and moving smart in the transfer window, which I told a lot of people, breathe, stop crying and reading
Yeah.
incessant transfer updates. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. And guess what? They signed 2 players today. So hopefully this time, we signed players from Bayern in the past. It didn't work out. I mean, Hargreaves and Schweinsteiger. Oh my God! Wow, those 2 were not good signings for
Don't get
us.
me started, man. That Schweinsteiger, man. I remember. I forgot what game it was, but I watched him. I'm like, oh
Arsenal,
no, he's bad.
Arsenal, when he tried to press back.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my God. I was like, oh no.
that is burnt into my memory because he knew he was cooked, and he was like, he tried to do what Quincy Hall did. Quincy Hall did full
Man.
dog
Yeah.
and one. He tried to do that, but the dog wasn't there.
The dog wasn't there, man. That day, the dog stopped running.
Yeah, man, the dog stopped barking. That's what happened. The dog couldn't do hoof hoof anymore. That was it.
Aja Tiku.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be an interesting season for Man United. There's a lot of talent in the squad. I think that a lot of fans are underrating the talent in the squad. I think that a lot of fans obviously are pessimistic because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing to really go from. Last year we finished 8th and we barely got into Europa League, but we did. So it's a clean slate for everybody. I think that the people in charge are smart. They know what they're doing. They have a vision for the club. So again, the ball's in Erik Ten Hag's court. That guy knows what he has to do. I'm not gonna keep harping on the point of him being bald anymore because if he likes do some ball shit, you'll get fired.
Yeah. I'm about to say now the Ineos, they're not playing. So like you said, do ball stuff, get treated like a bald man.
And it's one of these things where it's gonna take time to progress for United, but we're in a much better position than we were last year. We're in a much better position than we were when Edward was in town. We're in a much better position when we're scrambling to last minute to sign Fellaini. We're scrambling in last minute to sign Anthony for 90 mil. When we're no longer doing these dumb things anymore. It's more method to the madness. It's
Mm-hmm.
more patient. And I want United fans to have that patience and understand that, like, just like life, not everything's gonna come overnight. But you gotta just sit there and just enjoy. I'm over here talking like a philosopher, like an old head, man. I don't like sounding like an uncle. This is gross. But just fire about it and relax.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a challenging season. It's gonna be a lot of highs. It's gonna be a lot of lows as well. But I'm excited. I'm also excited to see Ipswich Town back in the Premier League. That's the one thing I'm excited to see is Ipswich back. I haven't seen, Ipswich hasn't been back in the Premier League since 2001.
I was about to say it's been for a minute, like, cause I don't even remember. Yeah, so it's been a minute.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's exciting times ahead. At least we have good kits, beautiful gowns FC. So let the season roll ahead, man. We are so close to the Premier League being back. It feels like it hasn't left, but it has left for a while, and it's good. It's good. Is there any play that you're excited to see outside of Ahmad?
Collier, I'm very excited to see.
Okay.
Delict also, because I've enjoyed him since Ajax, so I'm excited he's finally on our team.
Yeah.
And of
Can I talk
course,
about Delict real quick?
hmm?
Can I talk about Delict real quick?
Feel free.
I think Delict is a very talented player who, how do I say this? Delict is a very talented player who has faced a lot of internal, external issues, right? Where he's had to put on masks, and you could tell he's gotten a little heftier since he first started at
Yeah.
17 years old. He's had a new manager every year since he was 17. He's 24 now, so he has 7 different managers each year. That inconsistency is not good for him.
That's not good. That's different playing styles every
Same thing
year.
happened to Marcus Rashford. So I think there's talent in him. You don't play at Bayern Munich, which is the biggest team in Germany. You don't play at Juventus, which is the biggest team in Italy. You don't play at Ajax, the biggest team in the Netherlands. You don't play at Man United, the biggest team in England. You don't play at 4 of the biggest teams in continental Europe if you're chopped liver. Okay? If he was bad, they would have put this man with the fishes. They would have put him elsewhere. Because look at Calvin Stengs. 4 years ago, Calvin Stengs was the talk of the
That
town.
was the next big thing.
Calvin Stengs now is linked with Charlotte
Charlotte FC, yeah.
which is unbelievable. So The lit has talent. It's when you tap into your talent. Mazarawi is a technician. I hope he stays fit. Xerxes, big fan of Joshua Xerxes. I can wax lyric about that kid all day. I hope it translates. You know, very young, 22, 23 years old. Hope
Is
it
it
translates over.
is it crazy that like I'm not a bit worried about Xerxes? Like I
Yeah.
if there's like a player where I'm like, oh, like this, he's good. It's him. Like I'm not worried in the slightest about like him at all. Out of all of our transfers, he's the I'm like we signed him. I was like, yes, let's go. And no, even like, cause sometimes when you sign a player, even if like I've watched them, I will do some extra research. I will watch like some like breakdowns of them. I will look at like their like stats page and stuff like that, so I can at least like feel confidence and know what I'm getting. Uh, he's one of those players where like Xerxes, I'm confident. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, listen, you have anything else going to add before we get out of here? Because I don't want to take the people's time too much.
Yes, honestly, watch other leagues, watch other games, please. Watch more football than just United. I'm begging you, please.
Yeah, I'm going to add to your point there. Man United is a great team to watch, especially if you're a fan. But I think that if you do have time, if you do have a lot of time this season, please watch other leagues. There's so many talented teams. Like Bologna actually got a really good manager to replace Thiago Motta. Vincenzo Italiano has done a great job for Fiorentina. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do to Bologna. Seth Fabregas is coaching Como. If you want to look at that, Monaco has Adi Husser, very talented coach. There's just so much talent. Sociedad's still in Spain. Atletico Bilbao is still there.
Yes.
Atletico Madrid, they've revamped their whole entire team. So there's a lot of just Thiago Montes coaching Juventus, which also has beautiful kits as well. So there's a lot of talent throughout the world. So please don't take our word for it. Use your eyes. You don't need to look at stats. Please try and watch more football outside of United. I just implore people because it's so much fun to just watch football, and it's so even not just the men's game. The women's game is just as fun. The NWSL is still going. Is
The
going.
NWSL is amazing. I go to Washington Spirit games.
Yeah,
Sensational. I don't know if people watch the women's games in the World Cup. They were so entertaining. Way more
even
entertaining than the men's side.
even the Olympics
Yeah,
was fun.
that's what I meant. I said the World Cup, the Olympics.
I mean, so there's so and Maine as women's season starts soon, so there's so many talented other leagues and players and teams to watch. Just have fun this season, and please stop your drivel agendas, man, because I'm coming to start tackling. So yes, that's our spiel. Please watch more football. For myself, Tosin, my boy Tomi, we're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off. Plenty. It's the shirt.